They say every school has its own ghost story. A tale whispered when the lights go out, when the generator dies, and everyone hides under their blanket. A story about a woman whose name still makes students tremble. Her name is Madame Koi Koi. Many years ago, there was a teacher named Miss Grace. Miss Grace was beautiful. Her skin glowed. Her perfume filled the air. She always wore long, flowing gowns, gold bracelets, and her favorite thing in the world, a pair of shiny red high-heeled shoes. Whenever she walked down the school corridors, the sound of her heels echoed like a rhythm only she could dance to. Koi, Koi, Koi. That's how everyone knew she was coming. Students would whisper to one another, Madame Grace is near. But behind that beauty was something dark. Miss Grace was proud, harsh, and cruel. She loved power. She humiliated students for fun, beat them for mistakes, and laughed when they cried. She believed fear was the best way to teach. One afternoon, a girl named Amara accidentally stained her uniform. When Miss Grace saw her, she shouted in front of everyone, "You're a disgrace." That day, the students began to hate her. They called her Madame Koi Koi behind her back, mocking the sound of her shoes. But none of them knew that name would one day become her curse. It happened on a Friday night. The school had just closed for the term, and Miss Grace was traveling home. That evening, she dressed beautifully. As she walked through the empty corridors, her heels echoed, Koi, Koi, Koi. On her way home, her car skidded off a lonely road and crashed into a ditch. When people found the wreck the next morning, Miss Grace was dead. Her body was buried days later, but some say her spirit never left the school. It began a few weeks after her burial. At midnight, when the generator went off and everyone lay asleep, students began to hear faint footsteps outside their dorms. Koi, Koi, Koi. At first, they thought it was a teacher, but the sound didn't fade away. It grew louder and slower, as if someone was dragging one leg. Then, whispers began. Some students said they saw a woman walking through the corridor. Word spread quickly. The principal called pastors, imams, and even native priests to cleanse the school. They sprinkled holy water, burned incense, and prayed all night. The sound disappeared. She was restless. She was angry. She wanted revenge, not just for her death, but for every insult, every nickname, every slap she ever gave or received. Old students say Madame Koi Koi is not just a ghost, she's a reminder. Because Madame Koi Koi was once a human, proud, beautiful, and wicked. And now she walks forever, trapped between life and death, cursed to wander every boarding school that remembers her name. Some say if you whisper her name 3 times at midnight, she appears behind you, holding her missing shoe. Others say she visits anyone who disrespects their teachers. So the next time you hear that sound in your hostel, remember this story. Because Madame Koi Koi never really left.